Homecoming is a safe space for you to reflect on your service and think about what comes next. I can't wait to hear your stories and talk to you about where you see yourself in the years to come.
The broadcast opening for last round at Zandvoort hyped a dramatic two-man race. Coming into a new round today, drama has been replaced by dominance because Alex Janssen has led 116 of a possible 119 laps so far this season. Dubbed the Swede with speed, can Janssen continue to live up to his nickname, or will somebody say enough is enough and put a dent in his armor? Find out now, because from Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari, it's the Absolute Beginner League's Formula Neagle Season 15 Championship. And all the Round 4 simulated Formula Renault 2-point action can be seen live as it happens right here on the Global SimRacing Channel. Buongiorno everyone and welcome to another GSRC broadcast. Stefan Slother joining yours truly, Bill Soups on, to bring you our Word's Eye view. Sean Crackers Ambrose has director duties, armed with cameras, locked and loaded by Dougie Beard. Now for round 4, the series brings its fleet of French race cars to Italy. Stefan, tell us a little bit about today's racetrack.
Well, also from me, benvenuto da Imola. Autodromo International Enzo Dino Ferrari, as it's officially known, or simply just as Imola, has gone through 3 layout alterations in its years. 2 big, 1 small. Opening in 1952, this track was known for its fast and flowing layout, basically being flat out from Rivazza to Tosa, and from Acqua Minerale back to Rivazza again. Changes were bound to be made, and so it came 20 years later. After the tragic deaths of Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna in 1994, the track got changed once again by quite a lot. 2 chicanes got installed at Tamburello and Villeneuve, but Acqua Minerale and Variante Alta were made a lot faster. In the last alteration in 2007, Variante Bassa was finally completely removed again from the Grand Prix layout, and with these changes the new layout as it lays before us is nearly back at its original state from 1952. However, Imola was and always is generating great racing throughout the grid, so with that, we're bound for a great race today. But now, it's time to take you around the Autodromo International Enzo Dino Ferrari in our GSRC lap guide.
Alright, we've got Amjad Yaman in the GSRC Formula Renault 2.0, so let's do a lap around Imola. You're going to try and straight line the pit straight as much as you can with how it weaves. Then, at the end, line up to the right and be very careful not to dip your tires into the grass. It won't be uncommon to see drivers go spinning into the gravel because of that. Don't drift all the way out after the second apex of Tamburello so that you won't have to lift while rounding the final left kink. From there, we've got a bit of a rest before Villeneuve. The first part of this chicane is very inviting and fast, but don't let it lure you into an entry that's too hot. Try to line yourself up for the second part to keep someone from pipping you into Tosa. Speaking of which, this uphill hairpin is tougher than it looks. The low speeds mean the downforce of the car won't help your traction, so it'll take a light right foot getting to the power. Now we charge uphill towards Piratella. You've got a very blind crest, but with all the downforce of the Renault, it's no problem. The deceiving thing about this turn is that the car wants to understeer, so a lot of drivers will wind up missing the apex thinking they can carry more speed. However, now you gotta set up for Acqua Minerale. The first part is a quick flick and you'll be braking as you round it. Then, try not to lock the brakes as you try to turn into the second apex. If you drift wide, it'll be bad news because iRacing will give you a slowdown penalty for taking too much liberty with the exit. Since we're coming up to the Alta chicane, that'll be extra bad news since it'll give your opponent a chance to overtake. Once again, don't get too greedy on the exit of the corner because otherwise you'll be told to give the time back. Now we'll finally come back downhill for good as the track weaves back and forth one more time. We're coming up to Rivazza, so let the car slide over to the right, then straighten her out and throw out the anchors. The downhill entry will make the car want to push wide on the first apex, but you really want to make sure you execute well on the second apex. This is the longest acceleration zone of the track coming back to the front stretch, so a bad run off the corner is going to leave you very, very vulnerable. Hopefully that's not the case, so as we come back to the line, we've finished a lap around Imola.
Joe Peak doing what nobody does better, talking and taking us around a racetrack, this time Imola. And now let me take you a lap around the point standings. We'll start with the F1 driver standings. With only 6 races on the schedule, the second half of the season begins this round. For most series covered here on GSRC, a 15-point margin between first and second would not seem like much, but in Formula Neagle, it is substantial. However, fans shout hallelujah to the fact that the series organizers refuse to introduce the evils of drop rounds. And because there are no drop rounds, anything that happens on the track matters, meaning Alex Janssen is just one mistake away from giving away his point lead. But we are, after all, only at the halfway point, and there still is time for drivers to up their game and catch Janssen the hard way by outpacing him. Dennis Garrison does have a win so far this season. Ali Hayes never been faster with a second, third, and fifth so far. David Third Degree Burns has been here for many seasons. He's got 3 career wins. And if your doctor says you're suffering from a low pulse rate, he might prescribe a dose of Timo Ronku, as he's always exciting to watch. Let's go ahead and look at the F2 driver standings here. Now, points are a little harder to come by down here in the F2 standings. Josh Brain's best finish was 10th, but that's enough to keep him in the lead. You can see that Daniel Solo there and Eric Loikel are hold station, actually local up 2 spots. How about the big mover there for Paulo Fredo? joins the overlay for the first time, up 8 spots as Camille Smallov drops down into 5th. Let's go ahead and look at the team standings now. It doesn't show on the chart, but Ollie Cuoca has joined up with Alex Johnson for NHR Esports. Dennis Garrison continues to do it alone for Virtual Motorsports. Two Stupid Dogs were 4th on the day at Zandvoort. Longtime teammates David Burns and Vincent Bring manning that team. Am Racing Team was 3rd overall in the Netherlands. Michael Hofladason and the Strudelmeister Thomas Kick behind the wheel there as they jump up into 4th. Pushing TT Racing Silver, powered by Tuan Tran and Bastian Hausmann, down into 5th. All right, we've talked about the points. We've gone over the track. Let's go to Stefan to talk about the event details.
Well, it's quite simple. We are here round 4 of 6, so welcome to the second half of this season 15. A race distance today, 60 minutes. Setups are completely open, so tinker away as much as you want. Race fuel, we have restricted fuel here, 30% of a full tank. That means you have to stop twice for fuel. The incident cap will be at 24, and honestly, I don't think that anyone will be able to get that high on their incident count today.
And with that done there, we can tell you the qualifying is underway and the numbers are beginning to come in. For what it matters, Tom Van Hooyman sits at the top of the chart, but most of the big names have yet to put in their first hot lap. Let's take a look at veteran David Third Degree Burns. He does indeed sit 3rd in the points right now. Still looking for his first championship. We talked about him having 3 career wins. You can see right there. Now, we haven't talked about the weather, but you can just visually see that is a gray day here. Stefan, what do you think for that weather? It looks like pretty good racing conditions.
Well, it is kind of good racing conditions. You will have a lot of grip here with this overcast weather. Above your head and below your feet, same temperature of 81 Fahrenheit. The wind won't play a role at all here. It's coming mostly from north to northeast at 4 to 10 miles per hour. So it is coming, if you go down the front stretch, it's coming from your left, so no problem at all. It won't affect at all here. Humidity 49%, and yeah, we will have to see how it plays out. Maybe we will see some problems on tires at the beginning.
We have a little jumping around there. For a little while, Ollie Cuoca was sitting at the top of the chart. He's now down into 5th. Cuoca's only raced 1 time this season. That's a 6th place. We got that one last time out at Zandvoort. David Boutelaar, our current pole sitter, though. There's Ollie.
As I Am Keyman goes first now with a 40.9. As you can see on top of your screens. Oh, Alex Johnson, 40.3. Oh!
We're going to take a look at our points leader having one of those seasons. Now, I Am Keyman, we saw him. He hasn't raced very much so far this season. We saw him be fast as well.
Well, we saw him be fast in his first race at Solder. But sadly getting taken out in turn 4 already on the first lap, so it wasn't a great race for him, but he already showed back then a very good pace in this Formula Renault 2.0.
Sits outside of roll 1 right now. Really is interesting as there are some fresh names up there. Now, we know David Boutelaar, of course, but how about Michael Kaiser in 4th as well? So some new names. Take a look at Michael. I believe this is his first race, if I'm looking at my charts right here.
Yes, it is his first race.
Wow, that's a nice welcome to the series.
Well, one thing that is kind of interesting right now is that we have so far between first and second 4/10 difference. And Jönsson is still 3/10 away from his fastest lap in practice. So it will be interesting to see how far we can go in this qualifying lap times wise.
I think we should point out that Jansson's biggest rival, as we look at Michael Hoffade's, always exciting to watch, Dennis Garrison, so far not here. And again, we talked about no drop races, so if you miss one, well, blame your sister for getting married on that Sunday, huh? There's Michael Hoffade's. Great driver, great interview. Boy, that camera does show you, that one too, that shows you the elevation changes here at Imola as they go over the hill. Not really a road course, unless it has some elevation changes, and at least in my book. I guess fans of Sebring would argue.
That was a bit of a moment there for Hoffade's, going onto the curb and nearly spinning out his car. But let's see who is that in front of him. That's Thomas Kick. He's right now in 16th. Let's see if that can give him some good draft.
Now, that's his teammate actually, and one of the interesting features of qualifying here is that it's open qualifying, but I think they only get, I think it's 3 laps. That's all they allow them to take. So you can team up with your teammate. We'll take a look at Jansson now, who has been pushed off the pole by Butelar. Comes across, but he's going to have to stick in second.
It seems like he did make a mistake there on his lap, backed off a little bit, and does attack now one more time.
Mr. Excitement, Liam Quinn on the clock. And that one didn't count. Kaiser sitting in 4th. Ali Hay in 5th. One of the drivers that we saw doing well in the F2 championship, Eric Lukel. But he's going to break it. Now, I don't want to say this guy's overachieving, but man, he has been great right now. This is Ali Hay. The car that he has in front of him there, that is Tom Van Hooyman. Hay may be trying to pick up a little bit of a toe. Let's see what kind of run he is. He's currently in 7th with a 140.8.
140.8?
but he picks up a spot. That was enough, a little less of an 8 than the other one was. An 8.5, it was an 8.5, and now he got an 8.4. Washington Louise, a name I do not know. Welcome to the series. We'll go back to the point leaders. He continues to try to get back up on the pole. Put in a 143.53, and he does not improve.
That one did not count for Jönsson there. It's quite interesting right now. We saw quite some fast laps in practice, but so far everyone is quite off their pace from practice. So in the top 10, the only guy who did improve himself was Tom Hooyman from a 41.2 to a 40.8. So that is good.
Okay.
Keyman
He gets one.
from 4th to 3rd.
He is Keeman. I am Keeman. Ollie, looking to put in a time, currently in 7th. And that's where he's going to stay. Well, he does. His time improves, but unfortunately not enough to jump Michael Hoffade's. Oh, he does. No, he doesn't.
He did.
Oh,
He did improve from 7th to 6th.
Hay.
He got Hay back.
All these drivers,
everyone.
Yeah, they have to be careful of the rules. Why they make these pit stops. They don't want to put in that extra lap, so they get penalized for that. They're only allowed 3, I think. Here's the newcomer, Washington Louise. Moves up a couple spots into the double duck spot. Checker flag is waving. They're going to see if these guys are going to let them try to put in these hot laps. Oh!
And he goes first.
Boom!
On the last lap, he gets Butelar by 0.02 of a second.
Yeah. Well, that'll make a difference as he'll have clear track in front of him. He has led so many laps this season, and it's a good chance now that he'll be leading lap number 1, unless Butelar gets a really good start. Checker flag is waving. Everyone just trying to put in their remaining laps. 27 drivers were able to put in qualifying times. 30 names on the entry list. 3 drivers who did not put in times: Frederick Neptune and Ricardo Margarita. Neptune let's watch him as Frederick might be able to get this one in.
No, it's just 14 seconds remaining. He's got no time to do that. Unless he finds a shortcut.
And he realizes that's it. So with a standing start, we're going to go to the grid right now to make sure that both Stefan and I get our GSRC commentators bonus for getting through the entire field before they go green. On the front row, Alex Janssen, David Butelar. Row 2 is I.M. Keeman and Michael Kaiser of the newcomer in 4th. Michael Hoflade is going to be flanked by Ali Cuoca. In 7th and 8th, it's Alistair Hay and Tom Van Hoyman. Row 5 is populated by David Third Degree Burns and Josh Brain. 7th.
Vincent Brame, the Benelux driver, in 11th. Jesper Lind, a new face there once again in 12th. Wojtek Podacek in 13th. Liam Quinn 14th. Leopold Variale in 15th. Neil Bamber 16th. Eric Lukl 17th. Thomas Kick, the German driver, in 18th. Daniel Solo 19th. And Paulo Preto running out your top 20.
I'm going to do this one again, and then Stefan will correct me. Christian Grille in 21st. Go, what do you think? Go ahead, Stefan. How are you going to pronounce that?
It was close. It's Christian Grille.
Grille, okay. Let's see if I can get these out. Fabio Zamperlini in 22nd. A lot of new names today. Washington Luis. Vincenzo Rea in 24th. Hendrik Kamara in 25th. Rob Hop, Lance Simon, Ricardo Margarita, and Frederick Neptune in 29th. I'm not sure if Ben Summers is going to race with us today. He is. He's out there. We got 30 on the grid.
Quite interesting, though, to see Henrik Camerata totally slipped by me in 25th, a full 3 seconds of our leader.
Yes, indeed. That may be a little bit misleading. He's a little faster driver than that time would indicate. Okay, it is round number 4 as we are on the back half. If it was golf, we're starting the back 9. Alex Janssen on the pole. His biggest competition, Dennis Garrison, not here today. Nobody in front of him. He has led so many laps this season. He's a good bet to lead lap number 1. David Butelar may have something to say about it, though, as the engines start to harmonize. You've watched this network before. You know what to do. Gather at the chickens, they come around the cows. The horses are out of the barn. Butelar with a horrible start as he's getting passed by I.M. Keeman. Also coming in there, trying to challenge Butelar, is Michael Kaiser. Kaiser gets that spot as well. All this going on behind Janssen. Oh, and a big spin now as Butelar gets into it. Oh my goodness, we have a big mess. Butelar got tangled up. Oh, and they continue to pile in like the Blues Brothers.
Oh, where is the red flag? That's a horrible crash right there.
Michael Hoflade, and they were racing for about 5th position. They got together, ended up right in the middle of the track, and they kept coming. We will bookmark that and come back and take a look at it once the racing settles down a bit. My gosh, that was ugly. Meanwhile...
Oh, we still have someone spun at Tosa.
That was Christian Grille, I think. And he puts the car right in the middle of the track. We'll take a look. We're going to replay this entire first lap, actually. Ali Hay gets a piece of that one. Hay already had trouble from the earlier incident.
Well, I guess the question is answered if these guys will have problems with the cool tires on the cool track.
Yes, but you know what? These a couple builds ago, they put in tire warmers for these Renault, so that shouldn't have been that big of trouble. Meanwhile, Johnson's opened up about a second lead now. Here's what's going on up front. Johnson, Keeman, Kaiser, Cuoca, and then Jesper Lind. My goodness, Jesper, I think, is in 5th position. Our timing and scoring is going to be a little bit off till everybody clears around. He started in 12th. That talks about the attrition. In fact, let's look at this. Here comes a battle as Cuoca gets past. And now we go. Here we go. So Lind now up into 4th. Holy smokes.
That was a big bang to start the race. But anyway, Oleg Cuoca, as you were able to see, he has quite some damage on his front right wing. There we go. And it's really hindering him in the corners, and on the straight he just has no speed whatsoever. So at this point, Cuoca is driving to the numbers. He wants to get in the pit lane as soon as he can. So it will be interesting to see when that will happen for him.
Janssen, Keeman, Kaiser, Lind, and Cuoca, your top 5. Right off the back with Cuoca right now. Let's look at those guys. We'll talk about who's chased them. There's little good battles going on here for 6. That's Tom Van Hooyman, Liam Quinn, up 7 spots into 7th. Eric Lukal back there as well. Good fighting going on for 7th position.
I just want to see what happened to Paul Preto, and as he rejoins the track after having a minor spin, I don't know who that was, but he was flipping through the air right in front of him. I will have to see who that was. That was Vincenzo Raya, just taking his Formula Renault 2.0 into flight.
Yeah, taking evasive action, and then he spins off into the sound. The attrition has been horrendous. All right, we look at this battle now for 5th position. Cuoca going backwards. And it must be, you talked about it, you mentioned the damage, it must be affecting him.
Just look at how fast they come up to Cuoca here. And this isn't even a straight where he would normally pass, so just tells you how slow Cuoca is right now at this stage of the race.
On this lap, Tom Van Hooyman picked up a slowdown penalty. He started it in 8th. He's going to get passed by Liam Quinn and Eric Leukel. Van Hooyman now back to 9th. Looking at this 3-car battle, the lead car is Cuoca. We ride on board with Liam Quinn. The car trailing that you cannot see is Eric Leukel. Now you can see it. You don't know what car you're on? Read the wing.
So far through the back half of this track, Cuoca can easily handle himself and defend himself because it's such a tight track. But once we come out of Rivazza right now, he will be a sitting duck. So you can expect Cuoca to drop 2 positions right now. And maybe Leukel will be able to do something against Quinn into turn 2. Actually,
just look at this pass. There's the pass.
Leukel isn't all that much faster than Cuoca himself. That's interesting. But no visible damage on Eric.
Take a look at 12th position. This is battle with Fabio Zamperlini. Zamperlini trying to run down Washington Louise. A couple new names.
Well, pack of 4 cars with 1 car trailing. That's Hafley Dayson right behind them in the white car, as you can see at the bottom of this shot. What a lot of fighting going on right there. The good thing is, yes, we had the crashes, but we still have, as Imola always provides, great racing throughout the field.
Look at this battle going on there. You can see as we ride on board with Hofladason. Can we go ahead, Director, as Lisa? Well, let's stay on this battle a bit. We're going to give you that lap 1 replay in just a minute. Let's stay and see how this works out. This is, oh! The car going off was Vincenzo Rea. He was in a battle? Yeah, he was in a battle with Lewis. And there's a mistake. It was Louise getting loose right in front of Hofladason.
Oh. Yeah, as you said, Lewis just a bit too fast, a bit too tight into the turn, spinning out right in front of Hofladason and leaving him no chance to avoid the spinning Lewis right in front of him.
Does a donut, gets it rolling back around again.
Seems though that Hofladason did not pick up any additional damage to his already quite bent Formula Renault 2.0.
Let's go back to lap 1. We'll go ahead and get you back to the start. We're going to focus on Michael Hofladason. He was the driver that got into it originally. And then you'll be able to see, if we can get the right angle, you'll be able to see all the cars pile in. This is a good shot. You'll be able to see Hofladason get together. This doesn't look like lap 1, is it?
Yeah, late already. Yeah, we're already at Toso, but we need turn 1.
We'll try it one more time. There, I'm not sure what quite we're looking at here. Again, I don't think that is. That's
I think we're a bit too late there once again.
Not able to find it. We're going to take this one more shot. Well, you can see a little bit of the carnage going on there that happened on lap 1. There it is.
We're right there. We are right there. There we go. Yeah.
Now you can see him pile in.
It's quite interesting. I'm not sure what happened there between Hofladason and Voitilar. It's close quarters racing. Let's call it like that.
Hofladason's still out there racing. I don't think Voitilar is. No, he's called it a day. Hofladason trying to get some points. All right. So we're going to go back now and look at something live of this battle going on between Quokka and Tom Van Hoyman. Now, Van Hoyman started in 8th. He's currently racing in that same position. Battle for 7th. Ollie's a spot back.
Well, Ollie started in 7th. He is right now 6th. So even though with the carnage unfolding right in front of him, he gained 1 position so far. And I think that's Loikel, yes it is, right in front of him. So we will have to see if Ollie can do something against Loikel. Obviously, Loikel already overtook Quokka 1 lap ago while we were on the replay.
Back in 12th position, this is Neil Bamber. He's up 6. Oh no, and he's loose, and he's lost it.
Ooh.
Right in front of Hendrik Kamara.
Way too much curb there.
Our director had his spidey senses tingling on that one. My goodness, it might be fun to look at this one on board of Kamara if we get a second look at it. This is the car that spins.
Yeah, there you're able to see on the outside he takes way too much curb and spins himself out. Just, this car is not able to take high curbs at all. As Mr. Bamber sadly found out himself.
Your leader, Alex Johnson, 5 seconds up on Michael Kaiser. We don't know a lot about Kaiser. In third position is Jesper Lynn. I am Keeman in fourth. Liam Quinn in fifth, but the battle that we're looking is behind Eric Lukkel in sixth. This is the battle between Tom Van Hooyman and Ollie Kuoka. Kuoka.
Ollie just losing position after
position. Yep.
This one against Van Hooyman, going up to Piratella out of Tulsa. Just no speed for him at all, and Hooyman just overtakes him even before going into turn 8.
Kuoka's going to come in. He's probably just got to the front of that pit window now.
I would say so, yes. 7 laps seems about right to get into pit lane for your short pit stop.
So a few drivers will vulture those positions. Daniel's Solo moves up into 8th. Thomas Kick back into...
We missed an overtake. Van Hooyman on a local draft battle there into turn 1.
Had a good run down into 1, didn't he? And
yes, there we go.
Lukkel left the inside open.
I think Lukkel underestimated there the closing speed from Hooyman, and on the brakes he makes it done. A little bit of a moment there over the curbs for Hooyman, but nice overtake there from Hooyman into P6.
You can see Eric actually turn it left and say, oh my, there's a car there, as he was surprised by Van Hooyman getting there. So Van Hooyman up into 6th now.
And he is already charging quite hard after Liam Quinn, who is your 5th place driver right now. He is faster by about 1 second over Liam Quinn.
Ollie Kuoka is out now in 15th position. His stop, not all that costly. I thought it'd be a little bit more with the damage that we'd have to fix. He was in there for 10.7 seconds. Not bad. In fact, let me take a look at his car. The wing looks good, so he got that wing fixed. Right on board with Tom Van Hooyman. Nobody really in front of Thomas. He's feeling pretty comfortable. He's got 2 seconds to get up to Mr. Excitement, Liam Quinn. And he's pulling away from Lukkel.
Yeah, I don't know where Lukkel did gain that damage, but he has some damage to the right of his front wing. So for him, same thing. Better come in now than drive with this a lot of damage.
Well, there was certainly a lot of carnage early on for these drivers to pick up some damage as Van Hooyman begins to drive away. Nice little battle is right behind him in 8th position. This is Daniel Solo. And coming on is the Strudelmeister, Thomas Kick. That's the teammate of Mikael Hofledesen for Am Racing. Picked up 9 positions so far. It has Thomas Kick, but I think both of these guys will probably fall in behind Kuoka, who's the leader of all the cars who've made a stop so far. One of the closest battles on the track.
Solo gained a little bit of a slowdown out of Aqua Minerale, so Kick got a bit closer there to Daniel Solo. That was close for a Kick there. I'm nearly losing the car over the curb. But since we have Kuoka already in the pits, we're expecting here about 2 full stints and about 1/3 of a pit. That's why we think that Kuoka is safe for the rest of this race and doesn't have to come in extra time.
Well, let's follow up on that again. So you think he's one more stop from here, or is he good to go to the end?
Hofledesen is in, by the way. We have to do here 2 full stints and then 1/3 of a stint.
Got it.
Because we're expecting with this cold weather about 36 laps, and you can do 13 to 15 laps on a stint.
Hofledesen puts the car up. He's got some serious damage. as he was involved in that incident. So I think he'll be in there for a while, as he's already gone over 10 seconds working on 15. Now that wing looks better, and he's out with a stop of just under 15.
Yes, and Quokka remains our leader for the guys that have already pitted once. He is right now in 14th.
Another big name who has made a stop is Alistair Hay. He is actually ahead of Hofladaisen, behind Quokka.
And he is actually fighting against Ben Summers, I think. Yes.
Yeah, and they're on different strategies, so this might be fun because actually he's got around Summers now, so Hay's on the way. I would expect Hay to pull away. Ben Summers in 16th. There's Ali, right behind the Imola sign. And you see the blue car of Ben Summers trying to chase him down. So without any battles going on, let me walk the dog a little bit with you. Let's go up, talk about our leader, Alex Johnson. 7.8 seconds up on Michael Kaiser. And let's go right now to Hofladaisen. I'd say about 15 seconds ago, as he has a spin. Gets the car back out on track. Boy, he is having an eventful day. This one, watch how he almost saves it. He loses it, he saves it, he loses it, he saves it. We'll go on board with Michael. Get to watch him work his hands here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And it comes around.
Just a touch too late there on the brakes into Aqua Minerale, and that's what it can do to you. But
okay,
I am Keyman. He lost the car out of Variante Alta. He was right behind and closing into Chespo Lind. So that puts a hold onto the battle for third right there. And there we go.
Now let's stay on the replay a bit longer than we normally would, and we can see the overtake here of Liam Quinn, who gets it. Now here's the spin. And now Keeman gets it out. Now here comes Quinn with a run. We're on board with Liam. And thank you very much. I'm going by.
And they're right now side by side into turn one. As I am Keyman overtakes him back for fourth position, that is.
That's right, he took it back. You know what he said? He said, I am Keyman! And he takes it back.
As we have Eric Loico right now in the pit, so he's doing exactly what I told him to do. You listen to me, go into pits, take your early pit stop right now, and get rid of your front wing damage.
They come out. Well, I was going to try to walk the dog, take you through the field, but things heated up a little bit. Let's go ahead and wait a bit till the pit stops are done. Now look at this. Quokka goes around. Yep. Quokka comes out in front of Lukel. Lukel does come out in front of Ali Hay.
Well, Bill, I'll tell you something. Liam Quinn, he's not giving up on that fourth position, clinging on to I am Keyman's back. There probably has taken his lasso and put it around his rear wing there to keep him in striking distance. Oh, that's very late there for Quinn.
You know, I've said this before about Quinn. I cannot figure him out, and maybe Stefan, you can elaborate a little bit more on this. He raced over in the majors, the big series that we cover here on GSRC, and that is some stiff competition. And he was dominant in the Dallara IR18. You would think that would translate over into these Formula Renaults, the 2.0s, but the difference of his pace between what he can do in the Dallara and these Renaults is incredible. I mean, they must be different.
They are indeed quite different. This is more momentum. You really need to keep up the pace, and the Dallara just has outright pace. You just can slam on the brakes, force it into turns, slam it out of turns. With this car, you can't do that at all. So it's just the complete opposite of the Dallara, so to speak.
It I'm amazed at how different cars for different drivers as they work their way around Paulo Pareto, who had issues early. Oh my goodness, we got ourselves a side-by-side battle. Fabio Zamparelli in the inside, and that's Henrik Kamara. Both these drivers still need to make their pit stops. Kamara has been working on him. Head down.
It just amazes me that Henrik just has zero pace today in this car. He normally is up there, top 5, top 3, but today he is, compared to our leader, 3 seconds slower.
Mr. Excitement comes in to pit. Liam Quinn comes in. So with that, we'll see if we can pick up Cuoca. Cuoca on his way to the Ravazas.
Quinn already did pull away from his pit stall.
Oh my goodness.
So I think that Quinn will easily take over the lead here for our guys that have already picked.
It is a long time to get out on track, but now actually Quinn is under power.
Going into turn 1 now, so Liam Quinn, you're now the leader of the pit cycle.
Yeah, Cuoca just crossing the finish line right now, so out there. So that's something to keep an eye on. This is that battle. Now, I believe these guys are going to come in for a stop here pretty soon. They're going around Ben Summers, the lap car.
Yeah, they have about 1 or 2 more laps, depending on how good you are with your throttle control. So you might be able to see them be able to stretch out to lap 15, but that's about it. But yeah, to keep on going with camera, I did today some little bit of practice, obviously, to get a bit more expertise from the car. And in afternoon default weather, I was actually faster than camera right now in this overcast weather. So it's not speaking all that well for camera, so it feels like today as if he loaded the fault setup with way too much fuel. And then, yeah, just weird to see camera so far on the over.
Yeah, you know what? And we've been watching this, and I keep thinking I've got to be pit stop time, and they're both going to come in. Let's go ahead and stay on this one. I know pit stops aren't that exciting to watch, but let's go ahead and see if Kamara is able to jump him in pit lane. And this will give you an indication of just how slow they really need to go down pit lane. They both find their spots. They're both in. Kamara, try as he might, every time they come out of Ravasa, there he goes. I thought it was going to happen. And Fabio's been in there for a long time, so that battle is long gone.
Very interesting. That was a 12-second stop there for Zamparelli, compared to a 5.3-second stop for camera. So that was interesting.
So there you go. We got to see a little bit of difference there.
Ah, there we go. It's camera didn't take his tires, but Zamparelli did.
Ah. Pay me now, pay me later type thing. You might have to he'll take care of that later. Everyone has made a stop now. Nice little battle here between a couple drivers in the F2 Championship. Daniel Solo and Eric Lukel.
One thing we missed is that I'm Keyman overtook Liam Quinn. So
yeah, might have been during the stop, maybe. No, their stops are about equal.
No wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant Chespolint, obviously. So I'm Keyman is now in third.
And here's the pass being made as we see it on screen. Good run for Lukel. Move him up. Well, can he finish the job? He does. Move him up into 8th. Solo back into 9th. Oh, and a little bit of a squiggle. And I think that's going to cost him a lot of momentum. Let's stay on this one because I think Solo is going to come back. Let's see what type of move he makes. Down into Tamburello. He ducks to the inside. And move Eric back into 9th. Oh, and a mistake from Solo. Lukel trying to fight back, but they get that sort of, oh my goodness. Eric almost got into the gearbox of Daniel. This is just too fun. We're going to stay on this one for a while.
Well, I can report that my timing screwed me up there a little bit. Obviously, Lind, Quinn, and Kieman are still 3 to 5.
And there was a mistake from Solo. So now he gives the position back, and this time Lukel has a little bit of a gap. So Eric now safely in 8th. Boy, that was fun to watch, though. Daniel Solo back in 9th. All right, now we've seen these guys battle before. This is Tom Van Hooyman in front of Ollie Koika. Oh, and a mistake from Van Hooyman. Boy, and Koika gets the spot. I'll tell you what, Stefan, we're seeing more passes made by people making mistakes in front than guys actually making the pass.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that myself. It's quite interesting to see all these mistakes being made today. It's normally not a temperature to make so many mistakes. But yeah, we'll have to see how this plays out for everyone.
Okay, the puppy is upset because I promised to walk the dog and I really didn't. So we're going to try to run through the field here a little bit now that all the stops are done. Going to go quick because the excitement is it's pretty intense. Alex Johnson is your leader by 11 seconds over Michael Kaiser. Kaiser started in 4th. He is up 2 spots. He's nowhere near either the driver in front or behind because Jesper Lynn is back in 3rd, about 12 seconds back. But this is exciting. Mr. Excitement, Liam Quinn working on right now. Let's stay on this one. We'll let the puppy rest for a bit as we'll watch this battle for 3rd.
Well, and I'm Keyman is coming in there with quite some steam. Last lap around 4/10 faster than the guys ahead of him.
I would think the Keyman is the fastest of the 3 of them. This will be fun. Let's watch this one as Quinn lights it up a little bit, getting on the binders.
Variante Alta, normally not a place to overtake in these cars, and so it is once again for Liam Quinn. He just has to stay close through Rivazza, and turn 1 and turn 2 are his mates.
Right. Don't be surprised as I Am Keyman is not the first car into Tamburello here as they work through Rivazza. Watch that dark blue car back there, 3rd in line. Now they're on the power. What type of line will Jesper take? Took it out of the middle. It's going to force Lynn to go on the top side. Keyman late to the party. He's not going to be able to do anything this corner. Quinn gets it done. But I'll tell you, Stefan, Keyman is not going to want to wait too long behind Lynn because I think he thinks he's faster than Quinn. Doesn't want Quinn to get away. This is a great battle.
Let's see if he does something here into Tosa. He tries to do it, but not enough.
And you can see how that tight entry into Tosa cost him that corner exit. He had no speed. Now look up here. Here comes Quinn is under attack.
Maybe he tries something into Upper Mineral. He's really close. He tries to the inside. And he makes a stick. Does he also stick the braking? Yes, he does. And P3 is him.
For now. This is truly, we talk about the popcorn position back there watching the show. Keyman is in it. Keyman wants to be part of the show right now. He gets on the back, that car, they're going around on the grass. That's Frederick Neptune getting out of the way. Now these guys have to be careful because only a second back is Ollie Koika. He's coming as well.
And he is even faster than I Am Keyman right now. So he is the guy to watch right here.
With the apologies to the rest of the field. We are going to stay on this one because it's heating up. All right, this looks like a replay of the last lap. Lynn in the middle, and this time, same as before, Liam Quinn going on the top side.
And once again, Quinn makes it done. Into turn 2. And let's see how Keyman can respond now here into Goldenov. He tries to look to the inside. He gets alongside halfway through. Can he make it stick? Next to corner is his friend. Oh, way too wide
the
there.
sand is not his friend. And he loses all of his momentum.
Oh, he tries it again though.
Careful, those tires are dirty. Oh no! Lynn loses it and gets into Keyman.
And here comes Heumann for P4. Into Piratella they go, side by side, still Heumann and Cuoca. Into Aqua Minerale.
Heumann gets it. I was warning Keyman that his tires were off in the sand, that they might be dirty, but it wasn't that one that got him. It was Jesper Lynn who lost control, looped it around, and got into I.M. Keyman. Keyman still out there racing. That is Neptune that he's working on. That just goes to show you the pace now that Keyman has as he works around Neptune, who is the leader of all the cars one lap down.
Well, Van Heumann from 7th to 4th in one turn.
So here's how that shakes out. Liam Quinn now is in 3rd. You just heard Stefan talk about Van Heumann is in 4th. Cuoca back in 5th. Both of those guys had a good view of the fun in front of them.
Well, I.M. Keyman too damaged for himself to continue. Into the pits he goes, up on the tracks, changing tires and his front wing.
With 26 minutes of racing to go, can he get there from here? Probably not, right, Stefan?
I think he is able to do it just about.
Maybe, okay. That'll be fun to watch. All this going on behind Alex Johnson, 13 seconds up on newcomer Michael Kaiser. There's Johnson. Not only is he by himself, he has no lap traffic in front of him.
The next lap traffic is actually Alistair Hay.
And that'll be fun. Let's go ahead to 14th position. Just the next car's up on the track. This is Washington Louise, the newcomer. Battle for 14th. These guys are the last cars on the lead lap. And Ali Hay. Hay should be able to make quick work of Louise. And you got to be careful when you got a newcomer. Yeah, that worked well.
Oh, there we go.
So
a lot of respect there from Washington to give Alistair a lot of room. Next car in line for Hay will be Josh Brain in 13th.
Let's give you that interval, 3.7 seconds. So all you little soldiers in Clip Support Army, mark that down. In my clipboard army, I should say, as Josh Brain sitting, he's the leader of our, what does they call it, the F2 championship. He's got 13-second cushion to Ali Hay and about 8 seconds to get up to Zamperlini. $16 cars still on the lead lap. Looks like we've lost about 10 cars.
Yes, we have lost 10 cars. So no, we have lost 21 now with Ben Summers retiring his car.
Some big names that are out. Vincent Bream, David Third Degree Burns, David Boutelaar from 2nd position. Boy, David got that great qualifying run, had such big hopes of getting some good points. You never know. That's why we tune in.
Well, the two guys we saw earlier battled it out, Van Heumann and Walker. A little lap time comparison there for you. Walker, he is driving 42.3 on his last lap round versus Hoymann's 42.6. So as of right now, sadly, Tom van Hoyman is driving away from Walker. But let's see how this lap plays out as Walker pits and destroys that maybe battle for fourth.
I'd like to go back to 5th position right now, just going by this finish line. This is Jesper Lind. Now, he has been trying for the last, I'd say lap and a half to get around Frederick Neptune. Remember, Neptune is a lap down. He has just been working. Lind's car clearly not feeling well. The front wing, you can see the damage on it. And now he loses ground to Neptune as Neptune pulls away.
Yeah, it does seem like that Jesper has a lot of under damage. His last lap around a 45.4, so very slow for him there. Yeah, Jesper should really think right now of pitting in and maybe getting some repair done to his car because he is really hurting.
I would think he was probably waiting to make sure he gets in the window. As we see everybody coming in now. Our AM leader, or I'm sorry, our F2 leader coming in, Josh Brain.
We right now have a battle, by the way, for P9. That is between Camera and Haflidason as they go into Piratella side by side now. And Haflidason makes short process out of Camera.
There we go. There. Remember, Haflidason His only reason he's this far back is he got involved in that lap 1 incident. He came in, took a long stop, got the repairs done, so he should be quick. Had a long way to go to get to Eric Lukal, though. He's about 7 seconds ahead of him. Waiting for everybody to make their final pit stop. Ollie Cuoca, we saw him come in. He's the leader of everybody we think can go the distance. In 11th.
Well, we were trying to compare the lap times between Hoyman and Cuoca. I can tell you, Hoyman is closing in on our 3rd place driver of Liam Quinn right now by last lap around 4/10 of a second there.
Right, This is good because Hoyman is really racing 2 cars right now. He's trying to catch Quinn, who's on the track in front of him, and yes, he is closing. But he's also racing Cuoca, who's on the other side of the track, because those guys were close together before they came in for a pit stop.
Besides this, as of right now, virtual battle, we also have the battle between the 2 teammates of Jesper Lind and Daniel Solo. They're fighting for 5th and 6th.
I don't know how much of a battle this is. I think Solo's going to get him pretty quick because Lynn has got to get that car into pit lane. Remember, we showed you the battle with him and Neptune. Well, Neptune's long gone.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at all for Jesper Lind. Let's see if he takes the rescuing dive to the pit lane here. But,
maybe he just doesn't want to do it because he knows it's going to be such a long pit stop. He just keeps putting off the bad news. I think that's what he's doing. Solo stays out there.
The thing Solo has to worry about is also not getting caught up behind Jesper, as there comes the position switch, so to speak, between the 2. Because behind him we have... Oh, Liam Quinn did pit, by the way.
Liam's in. Now, what we'll want to do is, as he comes out, we want to pick up Cuoca, see if he's anywhere near. Cuoca just come across. I don't think so. Nope.
Once
I
again,
really thought that would be closer.
But problem for Liam Quinn as Henrik Camera just drove past him. So he will get held up behind him.
Camera still needs to make that stop. Quinn 5 seconds up on Cuoca. Cuoca stopped 14 seconds in the box compared to Quinn for 11. About, well, you do the math, about 3 to 4. 4 seconds longer, 3 seconds longer. 14 minus 11 is 3. I can do that. Here comes the pass. Nope, Quinn's going to wait.
Maybe into Aqua Mineral? No, he thinks better of it. Next chance comes up, Variante Alta. Will he take this chance? Liam Quinn, he has to get past Henry Camera. He is about 2 seconds a lap faster than him. Let's see, does he do it? No, he does not. So he waits for Rivazza.
Hoyman stays out. Remember, Hoyman was in that battle with Quinn. Hoyman was beginning to run him down. Hoyman also keeping an eye on Quokka on the other side of the track.
There we go. He went side by side with Henrik, and Henrik seemed like a little bit late there on the brakes, outbraking himself, and goes to the back.
But he does not come in. He's going to stay out there a little bit longer.
Well, I can tell you something. For about 1 second, we were able to witness 19 cars on the track. Wojtek Podacek tried to drive his car around, but sadly too damaged, and he took the toe once again.
10 drivers still need to make their final stop, one of them being our leader, Alex Janssen. Again, looking to go wire to wire. If I'm correct on that, I think he was able to run that fuel stop long enough that he did not surrender the lead this race.
No, Janssen so far led every single lap of this race. Just really dominant performance from Janssen. Obviously the question is in the room, what would have happened without this big wreck we saw?
Yeah.
But it happened, so very dominant performance for Alex.
Let's go to 17th. This is Frederick Neptune. He seems to be the favorite of the lead commentator here today. Now this is Daniel Solo. Remember, Solo's partner could not get around Neptune. I think this one's going to go a little easier.
Or will it?
Or not.
Obviously Neptune has the blue flag and he will let Solo pass.
Neptune down into 17th. Solo racing in 4th. But again, needs to make a stop, so those will switch around a little. Quokka.
So Quokka got past Henry Camera there. Obviously a pass for position, but with the lap time difference between Quokka and Camera, it was quite easy for Quokka to get past Camera.
And Camera does still need to make that final stop.
Car in front of him that you can see, that's Paulo Prieto, our last car in the standings that is still driving in 18th position, letting Quokka by. Easy. No hold up there for him. Next car in line for Quokka will be Liam Quinn, and Liam Quinn is 3 seconds ahead and about at last lap around a 10th slower than Quokka.
And remember, Quinn is hustling too because Tom Van Hoyman still needs to pit. The interval between Quinn and Van Hoyman is 39, let's call it 40 seconds, and Quokka is at 42 seconds. So we're still waiting for Hoyman to come in and make that final stop.
Yeah, it will be interesting because last lap from Tom Van Hoyman was about 6/10 slower than Liam's.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what Tom can do.
And if memory serves, Quinn was ahead of Hoyman before they made the stop. It was Van Hoyman who was trying to run him down.
Well, I can tell you that Thomas Kick just overtook Jesper Lind for 5th. Let's do a replay of that because it was quite close into turn 2. Obviously, Jesper quite the damage still on his car. So drafting up to him was quite easy for Thomas Kick there into turn 2, but they got really close together there coming into turn 2. As you can see, Jasper tried to launch an attack into turn 2, but with no success.
Jesper, I'm not going to tell you how to run your race, but for all that's holy, bring the car into pit lane and get that thing fixed.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, I don't really understand the thinking process behind Jasper there. Yes, you're still racing. Yes, your car still feels fine, but it's so off-paced. Maybe something can be repaired. Obviously, we don't know what is really damaged in this car, but I would honestly try it at this point.
What can they fix? Can they fix the undercarriage, or well, we're going to find out now. Must be listening to it.
The undercarriage is not really a thing.
Nope.
But he has some front wing damage. They can fix that, and that's going to make him a bit faster. So
I think he knows he's going to be in here for a while, so we'll keep an eye on how long this stop is going to be. He's going to lose lots of positions.
See, he comes to a stop now. On the tracks he goes. That's obviously the front wing change and maybe tires. 8 seconds, 9.6 seconds, off he goes. So that was
wasn't so bad.
Stop. Obviously, front wing is changed for him. That is about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds on this car to change the front wing. And off the pit lane he goes.
Liam Quinn, right now as we speak. He was in 6th position at the time. He's currently in 7th. Made a mistake.
Variante Villeneuve got him the second inside curb there. Way too much curb on the sausage curb, and around he goes.
And Henrik Kamara gets around him.
Now,
Kamara still needs to make a stop.
Question here is, for Liam Quinn, how much undercarriage damage does he have? Or did he pick up any? We will find out next lap around when we see his next lap.
This is going to be good news for drivers like Van Hooyman and for Quoka.
Speaking about Van Hooyman, he's in pits.
All right. I would really expect him to get in and out now before Quinn, after Quinn had to do his little pirouette.
Oh, very long stop for Tom there. 11 seconds, 13 seconds, and counting 15 seconds and counting.
Oh my goodness!
He did speed, didn't he? That's about 15 seconds now.
Quinn just going across start-finish line now. This will be close, but I just don't think he's going to get there.
30 seconds for Van Hooyman. What happened to Van Hooyman? There he goes off now. Wow, what a stop. 34 seconds on the stop there from Van Hooyman.
So even with Quinn's spin, he goes by. Ali Hay goes by. Yeah.
Only I Am Keyman had a longer stop than him. And he came in for repairs. So very interesting for Van Hooyman. Whatever happened there with him.
The driver I'm missing. Oh, look at this. That's Quokka now up to 3rd. So Quokka is able to jump Quinn, and then he's able to jump with Hooyman's horrible stop. He jumps him as well. Everybody has made their second stop now.
I really can't tell you what happened with Van Hooyman. I double-checked his pit entry, and he was not speeding, so...
Might have had some damage that we didn't know about that had to be fixed.
Speaking about damage that had to be fixed, Jasper Lind and Thomas Kick at it again.
Yeah, but this time it's more of a fair fight. Jasper... little healthier car going on. Now a couple spots behind them. Remember Eric Lukal? Here comes I Am Keeman. Keeman should be able to get this pass made. Keeman in the blue car, Lukal in the multicolored car up front. The white and blue cannot get it done.
Yeah, it would have been quite a power move there from Kieman, thinking better of it. Out of Rivazza into Tamburello, he will do the move. Should be quite easy as there's about a 2-second overlap for him over Lupo.
Kieman qualified third, now up into 10th, but boy, he has had to work this entire race. 1.7 seconds up to Michael Hofledason. That's doable. 8 minutes of racing left.
Hofledason is attacking Thomas Kick as we speak. And Thomas Kick super wide. Oh!
Once again, a mistake from the leading car.
I don't even know what to call that.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, come on, get it. No, there's the wall.
That is quite interesting there from Thomas. Oh, Josh Brain spins out there now too. Nearly taking the exact same line.
Almost an instant replay. And we can stay on this even after the spin. It looks like he's going back to the track. Let's stay right here. This is a good camera.
Oh, Josh Brain took the inside sausage cup there.
Now here he comes right at you. He goes underneath. Everything's fine. And then when he gets back on the pavement, he loses it again. Brain sorts back out into 15th. Behind Eric Leukel, who he's in that battle in those AM Championship with. All right, if the drivers will settle down with 7 minutes to go, let's run down the top 10. We'll do this quickly because the action is hot and heavy. Alex Johnson, remember him? 23 seconds up on Michael Kaiser. We have not seen much of these guys, and they've had very quiet races. Ollie Koika has not had a quiet races. Koika has worked his way through the field a couple times, now up into third. He's got about 1.7 seconds on Liam Quinn. Quinn might be fast enough to make this interesting in fourth. Down in fifth position is Daniel Solo, having a great run. Talk about an F2 driver doing well. He's in fifth position. He's got about 5 seconds on Tom Van Hooyman. In seventh, Jesper Lind now with a healthy car, but he's trying to hold off. Oh, let me get that right. That's Hofledason who's behind him. Van Hooyman in sixth. Lind in seventh. Hofledason in eighth. Kieman in ninth, who just got around Eric Leukel. There's your top 10.
Well, at least we now have a battle again. That's between Lind and Hofledason, and also between Kieman and Leukel. Although Kieman is pulling away quite heavily there from Leukel.
There's that pass made. Now let's go back to seventh because here comes the pass. Oh my goodness, leave him a little bit of room. That's Hofledason trying to put that white car in there. Gets it done or not. He'll have to keep the car on the tight inside line. Yes. Up into seventh.
Nice and easy pass there for Hofledason, taking a lot of cut there. Has to be careful. Had a little bit of a wheel there. But let's see if Jesper can do something here in the draft against Hofledason closing in.
These guys
will be very close.
Yeah.
Into turn 2 here. Thinks better of it and brakes.
These guys can't have too much fun because Kieman is only a second back. And he's really fast. With just under 5 minutes of racing to go, I think Kieman not only has a chance to get up behind Lind, but probably make that pass. Maybe get around Hofledason as well. That'll be interesting to watch as the race runs down to the very end. Hofledason line them up.
Well, the much more interesting question here is not will Kieman get to and around Jesper, but will he get to Michael Hofledason?
Yeah.
He is faster than him, but he has to make a very fast overtake on Lind, or this chance will be gone for him.
Oh, he's coming to Lind real quick. Look at the momentum. This is going to be done right here. Thank you very much.
Lind is hurting very much here. I think he did not take tires on his last pit stop, so that would explain why he is so loose out of every single turn.
He's got 3.2 seconds on Leukel. We'll keep an eye on that and see if he can run him down. Hofledason now with a nice 1.5 second gap over Kieman. Keeman's going to have to hustle if he wants to get up into... Our hard chargers today, a couple drivers that we talked about, Frederick Neptune. But the real guy that's having a great run, and he really deserves some more screen time. Can we go to 5th real quick? Daniel Solo, 19th to 5th. Well done.
Hard charger of the day.
Yeah.
That is, by the way, with Frederick Neptune.
Ah.
He also plus 14. He's right now in 15th, started in 29th.
Us backmarkers love a heavy attrition race. It makes us feel so good about our day. Nice job, Frederick. Nice paint scheme as well.
Whoa.
I'll tell you what, Stefan, I'm going to be honest with you. You and I are going to have a hard time keeping drama in this season. The way that Alex Johnson is just crushing it. Not only winning, but he's got 24-second gap on the next driver.
23.4 at the sector line right there. So he really is taking everything out of this race. Just incredible there for him. We have something though. Tom van Hooyman is quite close right now to Daniel Solo. That is for 5th. Solo about a second a lap slower than Hooyman. I'm Keeman in the pits.
Oh my goodness. Well, any chance of getting a Hofladason? That's long gone. That's going to cost him. He'll be lucky if he doesn't finish last car now on the lead lap.
As he will, because Alistair Ray running past him right now.
Yep. It looks like Solo's really going to have to work hard, because here comes Tom van Hooyman.
Okay, so we have right now 2 battles on track that we have to keep track of. Quokka versus Quinn, that's for 3rd, and Solo versus Hooyman, that's for 5th. Both are within 1 second of each other, and both the driver behind are about a second faster than the car ahead of them.
Quinn is coming, and so is van Hooyman.
But as of right now, Hooyman is much closer to Solo than Quinn to Quokka.
1 and 5th this one. Yep. We're right on board with Tom. We just talked about Solo being hard charger. If he loses this, he will not get the hard charger award, as he's sharing it right now with Neptune.
And with camera, as he overtook.
Oh, look at that!
Keeman.
And Rick Camera gets up there now.
But
here comes the pass. Yeah, this is going to be easy. And that pass is done, and I don't know if Daniel's going to fight back. Let's look and watch and see if
he tries to.
Now van Hooyman should be able to pull away. So now we'll check back in on the one for 3rd for the final podium spot. Ollie Quokka, Liam Quinn. White flag is out. Oh, this is it right here. Let's give the win to Alex Johnson as he wins round number 4 of the Absolute Beginner Formula Neagle. Michael Kaiser is going to get second.
Quinn is trying to overtake Quokka now.
Go to Quinn.
Through Variante Alta did not happen for him into Rivazza. The last chance for him to do something here for the podium.
Oh, he's got him. He's going to pull alongside. He'll be on the outside position, though. Can he get the momentum out there, Stefan?
He tries to.
Boy, is there enough time before the finish line? Maybe. He's pulling up alongside. The finish line comes pretty quick. They are side by side to the line.
Whoa.
I think he's going to get him. Did he get him?
He got him.
He did.
Wow, what a finish. Congrats to Liam Quinder getting third
Oh
place.
no! And a spin from Solo. He saves it. I thought he was going to lose it. He was in a battle with Van Hooyman for that final spot. He lost it coming out of Ravassa. He gets it going straight. Whew, this one took my breath away because Daniel was having such a good run. Watch this one. I thought he was going to throw his race away on the very last corner. There he gets it straightened out. Did not lose a position. 6th position. Hofladezen. Lind gets that 8th hard spot, 8th spot. Last 2 cars on the lead lap, Eric Lukal and Ali Hay.
Actually, Solo did overtake Van Hooyman into turn 8, but Van Hooyman re-overtook Solo into turn 14. That's the first turn of Rivazza, and then out of the last turn, Solo lost it.
Great battle for those guys at the very end. But the racing is over here now as everybody's completed their run, but our broadcast is far from done. We'll take a short break. We'll be back to run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on this Italian racetrack. Back with you. Sanctioned by the Absolute Beginner League, but don't let that phrase confuse you. There is some top quality drivers here in this series. You're watching the Global SimRacing Channel's coverage of Formula Neagle, Round 4, Season 15, here from Imola. And one of those drivers that is top quality is our race winner, Alex Janssen, who once again goes wire to wire. He has led all but 3 laps this season. He finishes 17 seconds ahead of Michael Kaiser, a newcomer, equally impressive if it wasn't for the dominance of Janssen. Behind them, a great battle all race long between Liam Quinn, Ollie Quokka. Quinn gets the best of it, the final podium position. Quokka has to settle for 4th. Tom Van Hoyman and Daniel Solo put on a great battle the last lap, swapping positions 3 times. Van Hoyman gets it coming out of Rabassa. Solo keeps the car on the track. He has to settle for 6th. Michael Hofladezen again had another eventful race in 7th. Jesper Lynn in his injured car brings it home in 8th position. Eric Lukal and Ali Hay round out your top 10. Stefan?
Henrik Kamara, the first car, 1 lap down in 11th. Fabio Zampellini with a very long pit stop there at the end. 12th, I'm Keyman topping everyone 13th with a 1 minute and 24 transition time on his last pit stop. Josh Brain 14th, Frederick Neptune 15th, Paulo Pareto 16th, Washington Lewis 17th, Thomas Kick 18th, and that's right, the last car that did finish today, Ben Summers 19th and Lance Simons 20th.
And then we get down to the drivers that really had trouble. In the blackjack position, it's Rob Hopp in the double duck spot. Oh, fan favorite Neil Bambi finishes in 22nd. Vincent Rea in 23rd. 24th is David Buttilar. He started outside of row 1, got caught up in early problems. A sad result for him. He had such hopes coming into this one. Another veteran driver, David Third Degree Burns, in the quarter-century mark. Wojciech Podolak, he tried, but he has to retire the car. 27th for him, Leopoldo Virabla in 28th. Christian Relle in 29th. The last car out there, I don't think he took the good, Ricardo Margarita. All right, let's go ahead and say we're at 29 drivers racing today. All right, now I'm lucky enough to have the honors of talking to our race winner. Boy, he has been dominant. I'll tell you how dominant Alec Janssen is. I think the key point of this race was actually before the race in qualifying. Alex, you were able to sneak that pole position right at the very end, and that kept you out of trouble. That got the guy, the man who sat out next to you there, Buttilar, got caught up in early lap 1 traffic. So that very last lap in qualifying, very helpful.
Definitely. I had to dig really, really deep to find that pace, but thank God it saved me.
Nope.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Other than that, a very good race. Easy, good flow, had a good pace. So, yeah, it was a good flow race. I enjoyed it.
Tire warmers on the car now help with the with those early laps. Was the weather good, not too cold, good traction out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think we ran slightly colder than usual, so the tires didn't overheat as much as they usually do. So it was much easier to manage the tire throughout
the setups for this, the weather for this series is announced right before the race, right? So do you have to do much work on the setup? I'm correct on that, right? You don't know the weather coming in until practice time, right?
No, we don't, I think. Usually we have had quite warm weather this year, or this season, but this race was rather cold, so it was quite a surprise. But obviously we have 2 hours of practice before the race, so that helps us out quite a lot.
Clearly you are good in this car, probably your favorite car. What is your next favorite car after this one?
Hard to say, really. I think the Porsche LMP1 is quite fun, but yeah, that's basically the only 2 cars I drive. I don't do so much official racing. I basically only do this and some Porsche practice for fun. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations on another win. I'm telling you right now, I want to see you go wire to wire from here on out. This is impressive. Congratulations.
Same here. I hope to win the last 2 races. But obviously, there's some good competition here. We saw that in qualifying. Unfortunately for David, I think he crashed out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good race. And obviously, Michi, my teammate, came second. And Ollie almost caught at 3rd place. So it could have been a 1-2-3, which is quite unfortunate.
Okay, now help me. I'm going to let you hang on before you go. I know you have been racing alone, so you did pick up a partner. Now, so who is your partner? Is it Quokka or is it Kaiser?
Quokka is my partner. Then we have Kaiser and Josh Brain in the other.
Oh, in the sister team. I got it. Okay. Well, congratulations. Exactly. Got it. Congratulations on the win today.
Thank you very much.
I think we're going to be talking to him a few more times before the season is done. Okay, Stefan, who you got?
Well, I'm here with Michael Kaiser, our 2nd place finisher. Well, Michael, how was that first lap there for you? That was quite exciting.
Yeah, I can imagine. I saw that in my mirrors. Luckily, I got a decent start. Just tried to hold the inside, and yeah, in my mirrors I saw a few cars spinning, so I was lucky to get away in one piece there.
Yeah, very lucky outcome there for you. Everything in the mirror, as you said. You had then an overtake for second place. Quite uneventful race after that, but first race here, directly second. How does it feel to you? Does it give you more confidence for the next races, or just I'm gonna redo that every single time now?
It's good for the confidence. Yeah, you're right. After the overtake for P2, it was not that eventful a race, so I just tried to hold it all together and get my car in one piece to the line, and yeah, it went well. Luckily, I had no pressure from behind. I can't do any pressure in the to P1, so yeah, congratulations to Alex. It's a pretty nice team result, and yeah, can't be more happy. And let's see what the next race brings.
Yeah, next race being Montreal, obviously a very similar track to Imola. Well, Michael, thank you very much for talking to us, and I believe Soup has caught up with Tom van Hooyman.
I have indeed. Let's wait for Tom to come on in here, and we can. There's Tom. Hey, it's Soup here, Tom. Congratulations on the 5th place. Boy, you had to work at it today. Man, there was recoveries and fighting and mistakes. Boy, what an exciting race for you.
Yeah, it was a really exciting race for me. At the beginning of the start, with the start crash, I hit David, couldn't avoid him. I've been hit by Ollie. I've been hit 4 or 5 times. I don't know how many times I've been hit, but I've been hit a lot. I tried to stay out of all trouble. And the point is, I think my front wing was damaged, I think. But I was in P3 at the moment. I was faster than Liam and Ollie. And there was no optional repairs, no required repairs. I got my fuel, no tires. And iRacing didn't let me go. I was just stuck for like 35 seconds. I'm furious. I'm seriously furious. Because I think it would have been P3. So, Stefan, sorry, mate. No promise. I made a promise, but I didn't do it, mate. But yeah, I'm still kind of furious. But that's how things go. I think my car was too damaged after the hit with Ollie. I tried to save it, but the car was going to the right, and Ollie was there as well. I tried to avoid him, but I couldn't. So sorry for him. And yeah, the race overall was good. I was at the end. I was really furious. I was setting lap after lap to catch Daniel because I was at some point behind Ellie as well, behind Daniel. So and I was in front of Daniel with 20 seconds. So the pit stop was very long, and I tried, and it was getting closer. I overtook him, and he overtook me back because I got a poor exit. So I was like, oh no, come on, just give me one time more luck. And I overtook him back with some confident braking into nearly the last corner. So I got P5, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, I think I'm nearly sure it could have been P3 for me.
Yeah, it was a great run, and that encapsulated your race perfectly. What you said there, there was excitement from the first lap, excitement on the last lap, and all the way through with pit stops and running and battling. It was fun to watch you work your way through there. 5th place, maybe you could have got more, but at least, it could have been worse. You could have been David Boutellaren back there out of the crashing out early. Hey, I'll let you go on this one. Did you have a view of that first lap incident? You were in that one. They got contact on that?
Yeah, I was right behind it. So David got up with a white car. I don't know who it was, but they were going. Yeah, they were going left and right, and I was like, Jasper was going through. He was behind me. He was going through, and I needed to brake. And I was like, where is that kid coming from? I was like, and he was quite okay, good consistency, because I couldn't catch him after that. But I got I was with that little chicane, where you can spin out really easily. I got a slowdown penalty, but in practice it's always 0.5 seconds. And if you go down the hill, it's going backwards, so you don't have to brake or anything. But I don't know why. I got a slowdown penalty of 2.7 seconds, so I needed to slow down very hard for that as well. So I was like, oh, there's going my race. I got hit, got a slowdown. But yeah, I was like, all right, don't let that, don't get in my head. I was going pushing, and I was devastated to get back into the top 5, and that's what happened. So I'm still happy. P3 was possible, but yeah, the crash was really chaos because there were cars at the left, cars at the right. Like I said, I hit David Burns. I couldn't avoid him. Jesper was going through as well, so it was ultimate chaos. I never seen this before in ABL. Sometimes in AOR, but not here. It's ultimate chaos.
That's a very good point you just made. Hey, congratulations on the 5th place finish. Exciting race. Good luck the back half of the season.
Yeah, thank you, Soup.
Tom Van Hoyman. Boy, he's a likable guy. An eventful race from him. Okay, Stefan, I think you got one more.
We got one more. We have caught up here with Michael Haflidason. Starting 5th, finishing 7th. Damage. Minimization there for Michael. Michael, just talk us through your turn 3 right there.
Everything is just crazy. I got a decent start. The guys ahead of me put their cars beside each other, so I was like backing off. Then I saw, I think it was a red and purple car maybe that got beside me because I got a great run. And we collided, and after that I saw chaos.
That was, by the way, David Butler, who you got caught up there.
Yeah, it was I just saw chaos after that, and I had damage on my front wing, so I decided to pit early. And that paid off in the end because I was 2 seconds a lap faster after I pitted.
Yeah, it really did pay off for you there. But you were, throughout the race, involved in scraps and battles, and just an exciting race there for you here at Imola.
Yeah, I'm really sad that I was caught up in that start incident because Imola is a really good track, one of my personal favorites, if I may say so. And the car was feeling amazing. Like the whole qualifying, the whole practice, the car was just amazing. So I'm happy, but I'm really disappointed.
All right, I'm gonna leave you out here on this last question. Imola, next round we go to Montreal. How do you feel about that being 2 very, very, very similar tracks?
I actually feel good about going to Montreal. It's also a track that I enjoy, and I've been fast there when I've raced there. So fingers crossed I'm not caught up in any shenanigans in the first lap, and then maybe we can get a podium for once.
Well, everyone, that was Michael Haflidason, your 7th place finisher of today. And Soup, it's your time.
Let's thank Absolute Beginner League for organizing Formula Neagle and contracting with GSRC to broadcast this event. Thanks to the company's equipment or software you see on the screen right now, we use on the broadcast the original music that gives every GSRC broadcast that unique flavor and feel is thanks to Eric Echolm and June Milan. See the screen to how to contact them. Okay, look, we are back in 2 weeks from Circus Gilles Villeneuve. Now, GSRC will be there, and we hope you join us. Why do you want to join us? Because we're going to watch Alex Johnson's dominance continue. But also, you want to turn in to see some of these new drivers and how they fare. Drivers like Michael Kaiser, who finished 2nd today, and this new guy, Jesper Lynch. What can he do if his car is healthy? You don't want to miss that. Sliding across your screen right now are just some of the upcoming broadcasts, so check those out, and so you mark them down in your calendar so you don't miss a thing here on GSRC. If you'd like to find out more about GSRC, including a complete list of future broadcasts, you can find that at globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook at Global SimRacing Channel, and Instagram at GSRC_Ram. And while you're here, if you haven't done so already, subscribe by simply hitting that button on the YouTube channel. Finally, on behalf of the entire crew, Stefan, Sean, and Dougie, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Alex Johnson dominates this series as he picks up his 3rd win of the season. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.